Hello everyone and welcome back to Berrow Motors YouTube channel. Today you join me for another episode of our Car of the Week series. This is where I aim to kind of show you around my favourite car that I've picked that week from our weekly video on our main YouTube channel, which is called Shifting Metal. And while we do have this car currently for sale, I'm not trying to pitch this to you. I want to give you an unbiased view of this car, my sort of first impressions if you like, and just let you know what I think of it. So if there's good bits or bad bits, I will let you know. I'm not trying to sell it to you. I think probably by the time you see this video, it's a fair chance that this will have left my possession, to be honest. And today what we're in is this absolutely gorgeous 2016 Mercedes CLS. This particular one looks absolutely gorgeous in black. It's got AMG styling, so nice body bits on it, and it has the real big, nice diamond cut alloy wheels. Just really give this car a very big presence. And it's paired with the 2.1 diesel engine and 7-speed automatic gearbox that Mercedes have been using for a very long time, that comes with, well, maybe not the most up-to-date and snappiest of gearboxes, maybe not the most smoothest of sounding diesel engines. It is incredibly reliable, and I have used these vehicles, not necessarily this model, but I've used these engines and gearbox combinations on vehicles well over 200,000 miles that still drive like they're new. Inside this car is a very nice place to be indeed. We've got this really nice cream leather interior, black ash inserts and trims. We've got the kind of classic square Mercedes clock in the center of the dashboard that you would find on this, an S-Class, an E-Class. I don't think you get those on a C-Class, but I could be wrong. We've got a very big, very nice and clear, crisp media screen in the center of the dashboard here, which covers everything from your satellite navigation to your DAB to your Bluetooth media, which of course we all want these days. I'm currently being cooled by a very efficient climate control system. Again, if you've been in a Mercedes from about 2013 up to this sort of era and maybe a bit beyond, a lot of the controls are going to look very similar to you, including the heating seats, parking sensor buttons, all that sort of stuff is all very reminiscent of this sort of age. I don't think that's a bad thing. Again, one thing with this car is it does have a kind of ageless quality to it. On the outside, I don't think it looks dated at all. I think it still looks very, very up to date and looks like an awful lot more car than what we've got it up for, which is under £14,000. This looks like it could easily be a £50,000 or £60,000 premium German car. And as I say, when you get inside, you certainly aren't disappointed. You've got this really nice AMG line flat bottom steering wheel with a nice soft leather. It's got flappy paddles. It's got a column select for your gearbox, so you don't have anything in the middle, so you've got nice kind of through space here, which is nice. And of course you've got your heated seats, climate control, cruise control. These also have sort of drowsiness assist and many good features like that, and they always come equipped with an absolutely superb standard sound system. Some interesting features about this car, which I personally like, but may be an issue for you, is the fact that it is just a 4-seater. While it looks like a 5-seater saloon, it's actually a 4-seater, I guess it would be a Tourer, which is limiting if you've got a family, but if you want 4 adults to be incredibly comfortable and well cocooned, then this is the car for you. And on top of that, if you want to have absolute comfort getting in and out, this does have pillarless doors as well, giving it a real coupe style, and of course making it very easy to get in and out of. You would expect this to be a very comfortable, very wafty and smooth car, and you won't be disappointed, despite the fact that it has got those great big diamond cut alloy wheels on the outside, making it look aggressive and smart. It doesn't actually translate into the car like it will do on a lot of models, where if you have the bigger wheels with smaller tyres, that it just feels very bumpy and harsh, much harsher than you'd expect for this type of car. But this is like being on a pleasure boat, to be honest. It is very smooth indeed, and actually it handles really well too. As far as engine and gearbox go, I don't think you would get one of these in a manual. The 2.1 diesel is probably their entry level engine, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. And I think it's probably the car to have, really. We're talking around about 170 brake horsepower from this thing. It's ULEZ compliant for a diesel car, which is exceptional. And it's also only £160 per year to tax in a world of tax prices going up on cars. That, for this type of vehicle, seems absolutely incredible. Of course, it's not going to be as fast as their 3-litre V6 turbo diesel offering, but it's still not a slouch either. You can do 0 to 60 in this thing in 8.5 seconds, Mercedes tells us, which, quite frankly, for a 2.1 diesel engine and a car of this size, I happen to think is quite impressive. Cabin noise is also incredibly good. We're on one of the worst roads in Burnham, going through the back lanes here, red lane we're on. Everything here is on sand because we're by the beach, so the road is up and down. This is a great proving ground if we're test driving cars for customers to come down, because the road is so harsh. If there's going to be any suspension noise, you will hear it going over these bumps, but you're in like a lovely cocoon in here. It does feel like you're just gently bobbing over the crest of the sea. I'm trying to get too metaphorical here, but it really is comfortable. We're not being bounced around. The steering doesn't feel like it wants to jump me off like it will do in a lot of cars. It really is very comfortable. The seats are very cushioning as well. This is one of those cars that, despite the big wheels and the sporty styling, you could do back lanes like this as well as just munching up motorway miles. This on the motorway is going to be supremely comfortable. We happen to be now stuck behind a cyclist on a blind corner, so I'm going to take it from sport mode into sport mode, I should say. We'll take the eco mode off and we'll see just how peppy this thing feels when we get a bit of clear road. We've got a short window to get by. Well, as you can see, I haven't left my face behind, but it's also not slow at all. One thing I'll say about the gearbox, as I said earlier, it's not the snappiest of gearboxes. You can't expect sort of modern BMW and Audi and Volkswagen DSG style gearbox shifts on this. There is a bit of a delay. You probably can't, because this car's so quiet, hear those changes, but we will try again now just to demonstrate that gear changing takes a millisecond only, or two, of pre-planning when you want to change gear. So that's a change. It's actually a lot quicker than previous generations, so maybe I've given you a little white lie and said that it's the same engine and gearbox. I'm sure they have made vast improvements, because that was much quicker than a lot of their older offerings, but I wouldn't say still is as fast as a DSG or a BMW automatic gearbox. Just something to take into consideration, but I don't think in this car that's really going to be an issue for you. It certainly wouldn't be an issue for me. This is exactly the type of car that I would like to have, to be honest. I think it looks incredible. It drives incredibly comfortable. I'm past wanting a sporty, bumpy car for everyday use. For the rare occasion you're going to want up to 4 people in a car, which for me is very rare, they're going to be very well impressed and comfortable in the back of this thing. And as I say, it is only £160 per year to tax, which seems like absolutely nothing for a car of this caliber. And for those of you who are interested, it never really means much to me, but to some of you it may. This is an insurance group 36E. Despite saying that I do not intend to sell this car to you, of course, if you are interested, you want to see more information on it, things that I've forgotten, and you want to see more pictures, and you can find it on our website, berrowmotors.co.uk. This particular car is on 75,000 miles and is priced currently at £13,795, which I think looks really, really good value. If you're interested in where I do get all my facts and figures for these cars, because generally speaking, I'm not very much of an encyclopedic knowledge when it comes to stats on cars, I use a website called Vehicle Score. If you head to vehiclescore.co.uk, I'll put a little recording on the screen now. You can find out loads of stuff on this car. Like I say, the fact that it is ULEZ compliant, the insurance group, the MPG, old MOT history, there's a mileage tracker, find loads of useful information. If you look up this car, you'll find that it's well above the average and score. And they also offer some of the most comprehensive background checks on cars as well to make sure that you're not buying a lemon. So whether you're checking this car or another one, you can use my code SHIFTINGMETAL20 and you'll save yourself 20% off on those as well. Don't say I don't ever help out. That is it for this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do give it a thumbs up. It really help out. Make sure you subscribe because there will be one of these videos coming every week and maybe more should we get time. And not just that, but if you enjoyed this car, you buy a lot like it and you will find plenty of other walk around videos on our YouTube channel coming out, and you might just spot the next love of your life, or just the next car you want to buy, on our YouTube channel as well. On top of that, if you're selling a lovely car like this, we do like a German car, nice low mileage, in good condition, then you can head to our car buying website, carsboughtformore.com, and we will try and give you one of the most competitive prices going. We can probably collect it from you as well. That is it for this time. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you in the next video.